Hey YouTube, what's going on? So one of my recent YouTube videos, the one with the tramp bike, you may have seen that Beck and I bought our first house. And what's really cool is with this house came my first garage I've ever owned before, and this thing is flipping awesome. It's massive. It's going to sleep it off the side. And so what we're going to do for today's YouTube video is I'm going to be showing you guys how I've been setting this garage up to my dream mountain bike garage, a dream garage for me, and showing you how the sleep out part I've been setting up into a man cave. So I've partially got it set up now, so I'm going to give you a tour of what I've got set up, then just sort of join in while I do some of the projects. And this is going to be a sort of a couple episode series me setting this place up until I've got it exactly how I want it. So I think it could be pretty interesting. Hopefully give you guys some ideas how you might want to set up your garage, your parents' garage, or whatever spaces you have. So let's get into it. I'll show you in the garage. Sweet everyone, so welcome to my dream garage setup or man cave setup. So this is the garage, and so it's already really well set up as you can tell, but it wasn't always like this. Like always when I moved in, none of this stuff was here. So what the plan for this video for now is I'm going to sort of give you a wee tour of the garage, talk about a couple of the things I've got set up, and then I'll give you a quick look into how I got that set up and sort of talk about what I did to set it up and maybe give you guys some ideas of how you want to set it up. And then we'll head through here into the sleep out or man cave. I'll show you how the sleep out set up, sort of talk about future plans for that, do a little bit of the setting up, and yeah, that should probably be it for episode 1. It's going to be a really cool video and excited to show you guys my garage, so let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so the first thing I want to talk about for my garage is the lighting. So the one kind of odd thing about my garage is the only lights that are in here right now are these two here. So these are the only ones that were put in, which, you know, makes sense to sleep and having them by the sink and stuff. And it's great having them by the sink, but when you look around, it doesn't actually light the garage that well. Like it's daylight outside now, so like lights coming through to the roof there into that window, but it actually gets quite dark here at night. So what I've done is I've got this light here. I'll turn it on to show you. From Mitre 10, this spotlight, which was $40, which lights up the whole room super well. It hardly uses any power, so it is ideal. And then I've also got this light here, which I picked up from the warehouse for around $12. So that's hanging from a spare tire there. And between those two, you know, I can light up pretty much anywhere in the room I want. And what's cool about that light and that light is I can move them around, and actually I can take them with me anywhere. So if I was ever out like camping, I want to do like, I don't know, digging at the jumps or at night or something like that, I can actually take them with me. So that's really ideal. So actually, like at first I was annoyed about only having 2 lights there, but in reality it's actually quite cool having these two and an easy fix. So that's the first thing I've done to the garage to modify it a bit. Next thing I want to talk about with the garage is how much space there is. Like it is a dream how much space there is in this garage. And that was a massive win for me because previously with my like ramp and airbag that I use for my riding shows and stuff, I always had to store this on the family farm or in friends' garages, and now that I have my own garage, it's just the absolute dream having this set up here. And actually having all my riding stuff in one space is awesome. It's got the ramp, the airbag, the blower there. And then I've got this awesome bike rack from Torpedo 7 here, which just sets up. It's a couple spare bits for it there. So I've got my current Haro hardtail from Wensley's, my old NS Decade hardtail, my Enduro bike here, and I've actually got a unicycle there as well. So if you guys that don't know, I actually can ride one of these. I might put a clip of that in now for a second. Okay, and then I've got my skateboard hanging up there. I've got some spare handlebars, bits and pieces for the trampoline, a few of the name tags. So these names, Brandon Semenuk, Brett Reader, 2 of the best riders of all time. I actually got to ride in a contest with them at Fire Jam and actually snagged their name tags, chucked them on the watch, thought it was pretty cool. And then so over here in this space as well, we've also got a spare bike rack. It's an old chair, tarp, heater to heat the garage. Then all my juggling gear. So if you guys that don't know, maybe if you haven't watched my videos for that long, I actually do juggling heaps. Obviously I can't much now with my broken wrist, but I love juggling, and often when I'm injured or just have downtime and can't ride, I do juggling. So check a quick clip of that in now for you to see. Okay, and then a really cool feature of the garage that I love is we've got this sink here, and it's actually quite a nice like stainless steel sort of countertop as well. Got running water there, it's just wicked. And so there's actually the like connections there for washing machine and stuff, so you could actually fully like set this up to live. But the one thing I really love about it is there's so much space. I haven't even put anything in these drawers yet, but there's just so much space. And this one just got part of the tarp for the trailer, some zip ties. Then in this one, got some biking pads, old helmet, chest pad, pads, spare tubes, all sorts of stuff in there. So there's heaps of storage, which is just wicked. Up next, we got the shelving in the garage. This shelf actually came with the garage, this old wooden one. So up here, got an old helmet. Got my spinning 360 off the GoPro. Got another handle mount I chucked the GoPro on. Got a picnic table. Down here, got some overalls and things. Got all my strops and tow ropes sorted out. Got my gun cleaning stuff. And then I've just got some old blankets and sheets for putting over bikes when you're moving stuff. And then over here on the next shelf, got all my camping gear. So like tents, tarps, fishing stuff, lamps, cooking stuff, whole outdoor cooking set. Actually got some frisbees, outdoor barbecue, all that kind of stuff sorted out. So it sort of goes like strops and like practical stuff, camping stuff. Then over here I got all my tools, so one of my toolboxes and a couple tool things. Got some power tools there, another tool set. Then I've got my pads, all my biking stuff up here. And then what we move into is really, really cool, is I've got this like wall of like memories or riding stuff I've been working on. So this has got like all my invites from events, some of my like podium certificate things, so some of my favorite photos. So what we might do is we're gonna do a quick compilation of all this now, and then I'll talk about a couple of them. It is quite hard to choose. Only a couple of these to talk about. We're gonna give it a go. So we'll start over here. This photo here is a photo from about 2010 in Connor McFarlane's backyard doing one of my first ever backflips. This was actually the first one I ever got on camera. And back then I was 15 years old and I'd just been a dream of mine to backflip for a long time. So this was one of my favorite photos I've ever had for a long time. My mom actually printed it off for a poster for me, so that was pretty cool. Moving along to the left. This here is an invitation to the Teva Slopestyle contest at the Queenstown Bike Festival. So from 2012, 13, 14, 15, I think it was, in Queenstown, the Ballarat Street parking lot. They used to actually have a slopestyle contest. There's actually an FMB World Tour event, which was pretty crazy because it's the only one New Zealand's ever had besides Crankworx Rotorua. And it's a sort of only entry level one that your average person like me could enter. And so I actually entered that like every year it happened. And in 2014, in the amateur contest, I actually came second, where I won this novelty check, and it was flipping cool. I got to stand on the podium with one of my best mates, Hamish Burrow. It was an awesome, awesome time. So what I'll do is I'll chuck a couple clips of that event in now just to give you an idea of what it was like. Sweet, so that event was pretty cool. We're gonna move on to the next stuff on this wall. So here I've got like Fire Jam posters from 2020, 2020 Fire Jam invitation, 2016 invitation, 2016 poster. So I've been going to Fire Jam since 2011. I've done every single one since then except the 2018 one due to knee injury. And Fire Jam is just so much fun. This photo here in particular is one of my favorite ever Fire Jam moments. This is the Fire Jam Dirt Quarter. This thing is so much fun to ride. It's about maybe 12 foot tall. And in Fire Jam 2016, I actually did a flare on that quarter pipe and it just felt crazy. Like, it was a little bit rough, but it's probably definitely one of the craziest things I've ever done on my bike. It was just a crazy moment to do it, like to have the crowd go crazy stuff. So I'll put that clip in now. So yeah, that clip there was super good memory of flying the Fire Jam quarter pipe. The next thing I have here is, this photo is actually not a super high quality one, it's actually a screenshot from an iPhone. This is me 360ing a flat drop at the Silver Style Slopestyle contest in 2014. And then, where is it? Over here, I did that contest in 2014 and 2015. So in 2014 I came 7th place, 2015 I came 3rd place. And I've actually got the video clip of the run, so I'll put that in now. That was one of my prouder moments on the bike as well, coming 3rd in that slopestyle contest. It was definitely a bit of a sketchy run because I was super nervous, but stoked to get down. So now I'll keep moving along. Which ones can we go to? Oh, this is a really cool one here. So this photo here is from the Matera Pump Track Get Pumped Day. And this girl here beside me is Sarah Walker. And so if you guys that don't know Sarah Walker is actually one of the best BMX racing athletes of all time in female BMX racing. She's got a silver medal at the Olympics. She's won the world champions, won World Cups heaps of times. She's an incredible athlete. And on this day, me and her actually got asked to do a riding thing for all these BMX kids at the pump track. And it was pretty dang cool to be asked alongside an Olympic athlete to come ride. So that was an awesome day. What else do we got? Oh, this one here, so this is one of my best mates, August. You've seen him in videos before. This was at Farm Jam 2020, and this is Dustin Orm. This guy's an absolute legend, like just doing heaps of stuff with the Christian face. It's an amazing rider and cool dude to hang out with, so he's real cool. This photo above it is one of my favorite ever downhill photos of myself. So this was at the Whistler Bike Park on their like famous rock roll at the top of Garbanzo Zone. And this was actually in 2012. I got to go up here with Camp of Champions, and like this thing is no joke. It is super steep. I was super stoked to ride it. Up above it there, I've got a photo of me doing a tail-off at my jump, some of the ones I've ever landed. Here, doing a no-foot cant, the world famous Gorge Road Trails. Actually, here's a photo of the Queenston Slopestyle, me doing a 360 out this, step down with a massive crowd. Moving along, what else we got? Up the top here is the day I received my Haro hardtail, which I've got over here from Wensley Cycles. Just the best bike I've ever owned, the only sponsorship bike I've ever been given, and it's a dream come true. So that's me with Rob there, it's an awesome time. Got a flip tuck. Another photo from the Whistler Bike Park, this one from 2016. And then I've actually got, these are really cool. So this here is my F&B World Tour Pro license, the 2 amateur licenses. So the F&B World Tour, actually here's a postcard from it. If you guys that don't know what it is, the F&B World Tour is a lineup of events all over the world where you compete at. They go from bronze being the lowest ranking through to diamond being the highest ranking. Diamond events are the events like Crankworx Whistler, Crankworx Rotorua, stuff like that. And at these events, if you place in like sort of the, depending where you place, you get points for your world ranking. And so in 2013, 14, and 15, I actually signed up for the F&B World Tour. And what's pretty crazy is in 2013, I was actually 8th place in the world for a short amount of time, because when I did this event here, the Queenston Slopestyle, it was the first event of the year and I placed high enough to get points in it, and I was actually one of the only people registered at the time, so I ended up 8th overall in the world. I'll put a quick photo of that in there just to show you guys not spinning a yarn. That was pretty cool. I was 8th overall in the world for a while. Then at the end of it, I was ranked 93rd overall in the world. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, so the plan for this wall here is I eventually want to have photos going all the way from the edge of the garage there, all the way along here and covering this whole wall. So we'll get more of those in time. But for now, I'm pretty stoked how it looks. It's pretty cool and just heaps of cool memories, and cool to like tell people about them when they come in the garage as well. It's an awesome conversation starter and just looks wicked, I reckon. Other things to show you in the garage could be up in the roof here, just got some old wood and stuff that came with the house. So up there, I've just got fishing rods sitting up there and the skim board up there. If you've got any ideas of different things I could do up there, leave them in the comments below, because I'm not really too sure what to do up there. Another thing I've got in here is the tramp bike. So this thing's been so much fun. Unfortunately, like right after making it, I did break my wrist, so I'm waiting to use this thing more. But if you haven't seen the tramp bike video already, check it out. So I'll just keep that thing in here with other bikes. What else do we got? So over here, I've chucked a couple nails in the wall to hang the extension cables. They're right by the ramp where I use them. Got a couple tools sitting over there as well. And yeah, it's just a really awesome garage. I'm stoked with it. And actually, the other really cool thing with all this space is that my truck fits in here real easy, but also you can like ride around in here like I've done hot bars and stuff in that here before, and you can skateboard in here as well, and it's just wicked. Sweet guys, there's my garage how it currently stands, and I am stoked with it, like absolutely. Sweet guys, that is my garage as how it currently stands. I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Like, there's so much room for activities, skateboarding, unicycling, like working on hot bars, anything like that. My ramp fits in here, all my bikes fit in here. It's nice and tidy. Got this cool wall of memories going on, got the shelving. And so what we're gonna do next, we'll head into the man cave or the sleep. But before we do that, I just want to sort of show you how this looked before it was like this and how I set that up. When I first got into the garage, when we first moved to the house, it looked a little bit like this. There's no shelving, nothing on the walls, and it was a bit of a mess of all my stuff. So the first thing I did is I went down to Mitre 10 and bought 2 sets of these put together shelves. These shelves are really awesome. They're only about $40 each. They actually don't require any tools to go together. And every shelf level holds about 40 kgs of weight, or is rated to 40 kgs of weight. So real good shelf. I think it was well worth it. They're super easy to put together. So I put those 2 shelves side by side to start. And then what I did is I started organizing things together. So I organized them into like my camping gear, my sort of tools, and my riding gear, and that worked really well. So highly recommend picking up a pair of these shelves from Mitre 10 if you're wanting on an easy, cheap, and like efficient way to do storage. Okay, and then for the photos on the wall, what I did, rather than paying to print off heaps of photos and spending a couple $100s on it, I was lucky enough to be able to print off all these photos at my work. And then at my work, I used a laminator and laminated these photos. Some they're in A3, some in A4. And then what I did is I came to the garage, sat down on the ramp, and just sort of cut them out. Some of them were able to fit on the page really well. Other ones I had to cut out. Just cut them out. And then I used blue tack and I sort of started plastering them all over the wall. So to start off with, I put like my novelty check up, my F&B World Tour licenses, a couple of photos I had. And then I went along and just sort of, as a jigsaw puzzle, started putting all my photos up on the wall. I was really stoked on how it came together. Took a couple of hours to do it, but real fun project to do and just super easy. And like, it probably only cost me $20 in blue tack and maybe like work $5 in printing. So highly recommended. It comes out awesome and it's just super fun thing to do and an awesome way to reflect on some cool memories as well. Sweet, so I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I set up all these photos and how I set up like my dream garage into what it is now, because I'm just so stoked on how well this thing's turned out and just love the way it looks. The original plan for this video was going to be to go through here and show you the man cave, show you how it sits, and to film some of that. At the time of filming this, I actually have already filmed that, and this is about a week into the future of the first clips in this video. And I'm currently editing this video, and I've realized it's already 20 minutes long, so I've decided, while I have already filmed in here in the man cave, I think I'll make that a separate episode, make this first episode be all about how we set up the garage, then do a second separate episode into setting up the man cave. And yeah, I plan to turn this into a bit of a video series of how I set up this garage and how it evolves more in the future into being this real epic sort of play space, and how I set up my man cave. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode. Hopefully it inspires you for some ideas how to set up your garage and man cave. If you do have your own setups, please do let me know about them or send me like photos of them or ideas on Instagram as well, because I'd love to see them. And yeah, be sure to give this video a like, leave some comments about what your favorite part of this garage was, or if you have any ideas for it. Share the video around with anyone you think might like it, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.